Going. How's it going, guys? Welcome to After Hours, where we already drank quite a bit and we're starting a podcast now. In case you didn't know what the name of the podcast is, it's After Hours.
After when? Hours. Just kidding.
Exactly. After where?
Hours.
After how? Hours. Makes no sense. How's it going, guys?
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Chilling.
Dope.
Just eating some wings right now.
Right? Bro, I have so many wings.
Yeah, so wings. This is my first wing.
Dude, I'm telling you, that sashimi, it fills you up when you're eating it, but it's like, it's gone. Like an hour or two later, it's gone.
Yeah, I had a bit of the pizza too. I also had a ribeye earlier tonight.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I understand why you're still, like, probably got a full stomach. But, yeah, the things I ate for dinner was, like, none of those things were actually satisfying, but it, like, filled me up in the time we were there.
Yeah. We were at the Lotus Lounge.
Yeah.
People were curious. I'm gonna have some sushi anyways on Sunday.
Might as well get a ribeye.
Might as well not get sushi right now at the place that's known for sushi. Let's see how their $36 steak is.
Yeah. That's a pretty expensive steak, dude.
I don't think it was worth $36.
Yeah.
It was still delicious. But I think the broccoli tasted better than the steak.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of broccoli did they have?
I don't know. It was like a long.
Like a broccolini thing?
Yeah, I think it was called broccolini. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that tasted controversial subject here. The broccoli tasted better than the steak.
Not controversial because it's usually cooked with the steak. To be honest, I've yet to find, like, I hate the shit on, like, Flagstaff, but I've yet to find a good steak in Flagstaff. Like, a decent one.
Yeah, like something that was like, oh, well, that was worth the money I just spent.
Yeah, like it's hard to find something that's memorable, and it's just like, I wish it was, but it's not.
Yeah, true. What are we drinking tonight?
Tonight we're most of the time we've been drinking a drinking horn. Good shit.
We've been drinking horn.
The drinking horn.
In case you can't tell, we've also had quite a bit before we actually got to doing the podcast tonight. So
yeah,
you know.
It's one of those podcasts where we actually, this is the actual after hours.
Yeah. So right now we got like 2 bottles of drinking horn before we left. Drinking horn after drinking a lot of drinking horn.
That's a lot of drinking horn.
So yeah, we're right now tonight we're working with Bluetooth and root beer.
Yeah. And if you're in Flagstaff and you know the area, great staples of the meadery.
Yeah. Bluetooth is top notch. Root beer always classic.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep that in rotation. That thing's so good.
Yeah. Well, it tastes like root beer.
Yeah.
Like,
why would you not?
why would you not?
But anyway, subject for tonight. What kind of subject we got?
Tonight we're talking about sports, which I feel like is like kind of like a sway from like things we usually talk about, because we usually have like a specific subject, but not saying that sports is not a specific subject. But I feel like it's something we haven't really.
Sports is a genre we never really like dive into.
Yeah.
Mainly because, like, I don't know.
Like, what sports
like,
are we into?
I feel like the reason we don't do this that much is that there are sports podcasts out there. There's there's people who cover sports in general. Like, as a general topic, sports is out there. There's enough coverage out there. We don't need to do a podcast or do a full
on sports.
Yeah, specifically on sports.
But for a subject for a week, that's something we could do.
We could talk.
Like, hey, there's other things I could look into.
Yeah.
In terms of like sports, so we could probably bring this subject back again another time.
Yeah, as more things come out. Like, obviously, we're not going to cover everything in sports. Like, the entire history, but like
Yeah, no, that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here to do.
we're here to talk about we're here to talk about some fun shit. History analysis. Who the fuck does that? Other people. That too.
I find analysis and history interesting. Not something I'm very good at.
But you know what? We be drunk. So don't trust shit that we're saying.
Sports. We've talked about sports before, at least in terms of us growing up, right? We've talked about being on
different athletic teams, stuff like that.
You're a good runner. I was fairly good at
Wrestling. Yeah.
I don't think we need to touch on those subjects again.
No, not at all.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's in terms of like us growing up, I think I've had a lot more sports history, so I don't know if that counts. Whatever. I'm not even gonna bring it up.
Fun fact.
It's fun.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the podcast, but my middle name Marcus is named after a sports person.
I mean, Marcus is a very common name, so
It's named after Marcus Allen, a running back for the Raiders team, way back when, and he's like in the Hall of Fame and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, I wasn't named for anybody. Like the most notable figure that I like grew up in sports with was like Prefontaine, because he was a cross country runner, and at the time I was a cross country runner, so like he shaped a lot of like what I think about what like Prefontaine, the movie itself, is literally about how a runner was extremely successful, but he let the no, he didn't let the country down. Like it's literally a story about how like societal pressure strips away all those things from you. Like literally, like he could have been great, beyond great. Mm-hmm. Like, and the movie suggests so, but societal pressure just literally like stripped away his ability to perform time and time again. Like literally like ended up on this downward spiral where he was like an Olympic potential to the point where he was faster than everybody, but society, like everything in his life just pressured him to be like, hey, you know what, drink, you know what, smoke, you know what, do all these drugs, all these other things. And it's crazy how he just becomes this this unhopeful person, and it hurts to the point where like you begin to realize, shit, you need to stand up to the pressures of life and be great. And that's what makes it hard. That's literally what makes it hard, is that life doesn't stop being life. It's harder than shit, especially if you come from underneath. Like if you're somebody who doesn't have privilege, you are a person that needs to overcome society, adversity, and the entire world to be recognized on a world stage. But Prefontaine was one of those people who like literally was faster than everybody, but couldn't reach that goal, reach that title, because of societal pressure. And it's sad.
Pressure, man.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Gets to you.
Like, that movie had such an impact on me, mainly because I was a cross-country runner and a track runner at the time, that it directly correlated to exactly the pressures that were put upon me, being Native American in a world where it was like you had to fight harder than everybody else just to be recognized. Under pressure. But like, no, like that. I mean, dude, like that movie. I'm pretty sure that movie inspired a lot of people,
Sure.
like to be better than who they were. Because like when I was growing up,
Who doesn't want to be better than who they were?
no, like
You know?
I mean, a lot of people apparently, because when I was growing up, the idea was like, hey, you can drink, you can smoke, you can do this shit as long as you maintain your status of being above the other person. No. Prefontaine was a movie that was like, hey, he's a drinker, he's a smoker, he's a person that likes to have fun, that likes to be a part of like the fun part of the society while trying to dig his way out of poverty. No. Doesn't work that way. Not in America. This is crazy because he literally short-sighted him, like he fucking short-sold himself because he was living out of his means in the time that he was. Like he was living like he was already a champion, but he wasn't. I mean, yeah, his performance was champion level, but he never performed on a champion stage. Well, he never performed on a stage that made him a champion. But he could do it. He just never performed on the stage.
Sure. Crazy. So, do you want to get into it then?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go into like all the sports. Let's go into all the sports. All the sports stuff that we normally go over.
So I just want to state for the record that with anime, I've had to have a few leniencies.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, anime.
Because there are anime out there specified towards sports things.
Yes, there are.
I haven't watched those.
I've watched one.
There's like the boxing one that's on Netflix.
Ippo?
I forget what it's called.
Ippo something?
I've heard good things about it. I've been meaning to watch it, so maybe next time we talk about this, I'll be talking about that.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's start with the movies. First one I got down is the only Space Jam.
Oh, damn.
And if you adhere to all the rumors, it's not going to be the only one sooner or later. But one with LeBron James.
Wait, what? They're making a Space Jam with LeBron James?
I've heard people talk about it. I'm not sure if it's an actual thing. At this point, I don't think it is.
No.
It's been in talks for like the last 3 years.
Okay.
I've heard rumors about it for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard much about it lately.
Yeah, to be honest, from most sources that I've heard, he barely got MVP this last time around during the bubble. Mm-hmm. And during the bubble, he was like, he barely etched out like a fucking, the hell's his name? Oh, he was amazing during the bubble. Fuck.
Who? I don't know much about basketball, so.
No, I oh my god, this guy was so great too, because he fucking.
The only person I know who like contends with like me thinking of like LeBron James level of people talking about LeBron James is Tyler Curry.
Okay.
In that space of time of like those two being in the same realm of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm a big Steve Nash fan.
Yeah. Fair enough. No, like, okay, so during the bubble, one of the names that was like most significant and probably like the two games out of the final that I watched, Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler was the living shit.
Gerard Butler is an actor.
No, okay. Yes. Fuck. That's the wrong guy.
First off, I'm not sure if he plays NBA.
It's Gerard something. God damn.
Gerard was the one who protected.
No. No, yeah. During the what do you call it? White House, Olympus has fallen, and what the hell is it? Angels have fallen or something, some shit like that. Yeah. But like, no, Gerard something in basketball. He was Oh God, not. I don't even think it's Gerard anymore. God damn. But he was great.
It's fine. He was
Like-
in the bubble.
Yeah, he was good during the bubble. They made it to the fucking. They made it to
Explain to me what the bubble means.
the bubble is the how they handled the basketball season after COVID. So basically, like during COVID, they weren't allowed to come in. Like
Of course.
during the bubble was that people weren't allowed in and or out of the bubble. So you basically had to like operate within the bubble.
Yeah, everyone was living with each other, and they were the bubble.
Yeah, there was this small coalition of people, like obviously in the bubble, and they got to act within their own society.
Mm-hmm.
Hope like ideally all without COVID, and those people like finished out the season there
Yeah.
in the bubble. So
Gerard Butler was there.
well. Goddamn. No, I no. It was something Butler. I remember that much. But
Is Sparta.
dude, I fucking wish he would have done that on the goddamn court. Because like, there's 2 games that I watched where this dude just he shined. Like I watched 2 of the games in the final, and I was like, this motherfucker is a fucking baller, dude. Like he's shutting down the goddamn Lakers.
Quite literally, yeah.
Yeah, like 2 games, he shut him down, and then like, but obviously it was a 2-2 game at the time, and then the Lakers obviously won. But like in the end, but the games that I watched, he was fucking performing. He was not only keeping up, but he was outpacing everybody, even in like the second and third. And I was just like, damn, dude. And I was like, this guy's got mad potential.
He's got the chops.
Yeah. It was cool as shit.
Let's get back to Space Jam.
Sorry, Space Jam. Sorry, my bad.
One of 2 movies that I know in that era that actually pulled off animation / real life things, you know?
Yeah,
Because, you know, there's Michael Jordan there acting with, like, nothing there.
by himself.
By himself, like, great job, Michael Jordan. I believed you as a kid.
Did you ever?
But there was also another movie called Who Framed Roger Rabbit, who did a very well job in doing the exact same thing. 2 different types of movies, but let's stick to Space Jam.
Okay.
I love that Bill Murray was in it. Bill Murray as Bill Murray, you know?
I mean, Bill Murray's on a different level of fame than Michael Jordan.
But you know, they worked well together.
But yeah, they did.
It's like, if I ever need you, Bill, I'll let you know. Then he calls up Bill Murray, and Bill Murray's playing with the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
But you know, like,
And then after that point, he really like after like the 2 plays he does, he's like, I can't keep up with this.
yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
It's like, hey, you're welcome, Michael. I mean, you still gotta save face in that moment, like literally. Like, you can't be like, you know what, I can't do this. I'm not competing. Like, no.
Yeah, we're not
Like,
done, man.
you know what? Fucking Bill Murray played his role. He did what he needed to do.
Yeah. I don't know. Space Jam, pivotal role in my childhood growing up. I don't remember when the movie first came out.
Dude, didn't that start from them like being on the golf course?
Yeah, because Michael Jordan at the time, I believe, was actually trying to start his baseball career,
Yeah.
and then that didn't work out.
Yeah, but he was like still golfing.
But he was golfing with friends and doing all that stuff, because that's, you know, like, when people make it, that's what people do. They golf. Apparently.
From what I understand, he was still on like a part of the PGA tour.
Was he?
Yeah. Like, he wasn't great at it, but he was still a part of it.
He was good enough to be a part of it.
Yeah, he was good enough to be a part of it.
He's an athlete, man.
Like, yeah.
He was good enough to get into the NBA.
Yeah.
Not NBA. Is it NBA?
Yeah.
NBA. he was good enough to get into the what's it called for baseball?
MLB.
MLB. He was good enough to get into the MLB, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was also good enough to get into
PGA.
PGA. You know, he's an athlete. He's
Yeah.
good enough to get in all of them. His best sport was baseball.
Yeah, he's like Greg Louganis.
But you know, like he wasn't great at the other ones, but he was good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, which most people aren't.
What? Well, that's why I say he's like kind of like Greg Louganis. Greg Louganis was like, he was great at the sport he was great at, but he was also he could perform at a high level at other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Michael Jordan.
Because Michael Jordan's amazing. I love Michael Jordan.
And also, like for Space Jam, like the songs they had in that fucking.
We're gonna go into the songs afterwards.
There's one song we're going into afterwards, but like there are a few others that we're not gonna get into, like "Fly Like an Eagle."
Oh my god, dude! I was gonna put that down, but like, kinda fly. Yeah, that chorus.
Or like,
got it.
Up, jam, pump it up. Like,
oh god, dude, that was so much. That was used for, dude. I believe they used that for like a fucking Paul Mitchell fucking a hair product thing too.
Really?
Yeah, pump it up. It's like, and he's like spraying his fucking his shit into somebody's hair. I don't know if it was a moose or whatever the fuck it was, but like
I think I remember having like the cassette tape for
Space Jam.
For Space Jam, like the music, and I'm like,
there's some bangers on here.
Anyways, let's continue from the first movie.
Yeah.
And
so one of the ones I got is Shaolin Soccer. Oh my god. It's like one of the first times you could like in my time you could bring anime into like real life. Like you could have a live action version of anime in a movie, and that was amazing.
Like Soccer's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious, and it's fucking yeah.
It does it perfectly.
It's not, and the great thing about it is that it builds up. It doesn't overwhelm you from the beginning. It literally builds up into the overwhelmingness that it is. Yeah. And it's like, oh god, because you begin to believe at the beginning of the movie, it's like, oh shit, these people just suck. They're human level garbage.
Who brought you what the fuck was that movie called? There's another Shaolin shit.
The only other one I know really of is Shaolin Dunk, and that's about a basketball movie.
No, well, it's not sports. It's about the axe game and everything.
Oh shit! Kung Fu Hustle.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Same director.
Same people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the same actors as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also the same one. Just doesn't dip you into it too quickly, but then just starts happening. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, and then it gets over yeah, Stephen Chow. He's a goddamn mastermind of that art style. Like Stephen Chow is a director. Great in that. I like how at the beginning of Kung Fu Hustle he does the whole soccer thing, and he's like, nope, bam, stamps on the soccer, stomps on the soccer ball. He's like, nope, not doing that this movie. Oh god. And then just kid just starts crying. He's like, ah! Fucking great.
Perfect.
Oh,
Shaolin Soccer.
But yeah, Shaolin Soccer is fucking hilarious. I love that. It so much. It goes so over the top, way too far over the top. Now that I think about it.
No, it really does.
It really does.
It goes far, but as far as you want it to go.
Yeah.
You know, you're if we could push this, how far could we push this without it being too ridiculous? It was ridiculous, no doubt about it. But was it too ridiculous?
I mean,
No.
Bruce Lee was the goddamn goalie. I mean, that's what they were implying, is that Bruce Lee was the goalie and he couldn't block the last kick. And that's some strong in there.
But yeah, no, great movie. Sports movie, yeah.
Yeah.
So the next movie I have, if you're done with yours,
Yeah, I'm done with mine.
is a movie that actually like really inspires me. And you know, like I've seen quite a few sports movies, and they're all meant to inspire you.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh yeah, I can do it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But one that I like that really stood out to me for some reason, I don't know why, was Invincible. It has Mark Wahlberg,
Yeah.
and it's about like the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Vince Papale guy is just like the guy who comes off the street from working in a bar.
I mean, yeah, that's a real goddamn story.
It's a real story. You know, like most sports movies are like, oh, this is based off a true story, but you know, like this guy really did it. You know, like
Yeah, he only played 2 seasons, but yeah.
he's a regular old Joe. Just came off the street, played some.
I mean, that just tells you how garbage the Eagles were. Just kidding. At the time.
They won some games that season.
No, it's just Eagles were garbage back then, to be honest.
I have no clue. I don't know much about sports history unless it deals with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Because that matters to me. It's literally part of my life because it's my middle name.
Fair enough.
Like I have to know. But
No, there's there's a very few times in history where the NFL has had an open call for like regular people to apply for the NFL. This is one. Yeah. Most of them don't turn out very well at all, ever. This is the very one time. Like, this is one of those really rare occurrences where like an extraordinary person comes and applies and like just fucking smoke shows the entire thing. I wouldn't say he smoke showed it, but he showed potential during his qualifiers.
yeah.
And then during those qualifiers, he literally like outperformed a lot of things, which is amazing because he became a symbol after that point because he represented the idea that like, hey, you can come from out of nowhere and just fucking dominate.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. And that itself is inspirational.
In case I didn't say it, the person that we're talking about is called Vince Papale.
Yeah.
From
Vince Papale. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and I don't know why that movie just like.
Yeah,
struck
dude,
a chord with me.
I love that movie. Like, it's a Disney movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a Disney movie. It's a fucking good movie, though.
Okay, I only bring that up because the one I got is a Disney movie. Yeah. Remember the Titans. Oh, God.
My mom loves that movie.
Fucking Titans. Dude, that was one of those movies that they showed us like in high school. Yeah. That's one of those movies they showed us in high school, and then they were like, you know what, we are the fucking like he's like, Titans were like greater than the gods. All they had to do was demonstrate. Damn fucking straight. It's like but like, yeah, it was one of those amazing moments where it's just like, you know what, like, and that's the weird thing, like growing up in the time that I grew up is like literally like you, like if you were a minority, you were battling everybody else. You were not just fighting against normal societal pressure, which was like, hey, try to be better than your whole class. It's like, no, you had to be twice as good as everybody else, because you had to be like, you can't just be as good as somebody else. You have to be better than them.
Yeah.
And then you have to be...
You can't just get, like, tied with the top scorer. You have to be better than the top scorer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and at that point, like... And that was one of those inspirational moments in that movie was like, hey, the Titan... Like, that moment when he's explaining Titans were greater than the gods. And that inspired a lot of people. That touched a lot of people, like, a lot of minorities' hearts where it was just like... They were greater than the gods. And it's like it's inspirational at that point. It's like, oh shit! It's like they're shitting on you.
I don't know if you know this, but they also came out with a TV show.
Did they?
No, they didn't. No. I was thinking Friday Night Lights.
No, I mean that's tied to it though.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of it because it's one of the teams they face. But like even that, like seriously, like if you look at the historical records, like they won more games than everybody in the United States, outplaced everybody. Literally, I don't even think they lost. But they still came in second to a team who lost once. Which was dumb. Like everybody was like looking at it like this team is undefeated. And this other team lost once. How the fuck are they the first place? And it really just shows you societal pressure.
Yeah, societal pressure. Is that the entire theme behind sports?
A little bit. Like that's my theme behind sports. I'm like, that's my thing behind it. Because I like, dude, I played so many sports, and I was like, I was good. I wasn't the best. I was just really damn good at like a lot of sports. And it like a lot of these things encourage me to keep trying keep trying to be the best.
Yeah.
And they mean a lot to me.
Let's move on to TV. That's fine with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll go first. Do you only have 2 for TV?
I do. I'd only have 2.
Okay, the first one I have is a bit of a stretch, a little bit, but I think it's pretty much a fucking sport because it's very athletic, and it also has a competitive side to it, which is basically a sport, correct?
Yeah.
Ninja Warrior.
Oh my god. I love that thing.
Ninja Warrior. Like both the United States and like the Japanese version.
Yeah.
Just like fucking great. You watch people try their hardest or something, they make one small mistake and slip.
Over for the year.
It's like,
it's done for the year, guys.
Like, this is your chance. Make sure you have it down. You know?
Yeah.
And gosh, are some of the things on that thing like it's like that part I couldn't do. Other parts I could. You know, you're always constantly watching it, and you're just like, I could do that.
The thing I like about this is that the American Ninja version, the American Ninja Warrior, is literally just like a preamble to what the Japanese version is, which is Sasuke.
Sasuke?
Yeah, which is like, I mean, I'm told that Sasuke just means warrior, but like Sasuke, like it's a 3-part series, obviously. So the American Ninja Warrior part of that is literally just like the people they get to send to this this Japanese game show that is technically like really fun. Like it's weird because like no, I remember watching the like one of the original like Ninja Warrior ones, which they used to air on G4.
Real quick.
Yeah.
If the listeners are worried about like what is that slapping sound in the background, Darren's just getting really excited.
Yeah, that's just me. I'm slapping my knees.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware. Of,
yeah. I'm getting excited.
If
Like
you hear that noise in the background, that's what that is.
So this, that's me just like rubbing my legs, and this,
and there's a whole.
That's me getting excited.
In case we've never explained that before, I don't think we have.
Yeah, I don't think we've had to because like sports are my thing.
Continue.
Yeah, but like I remember watching like one of the very first like actual Sasuke's where like anybody could apply, and like Americans were able to like go to Japan and just go there and just be like, hey, I want to be on this show, because they like literally like it was literally hundreds of people, I think like even thousands of people that were doing this course, because they like it was like weeks long episodes of just people doing the first course, and be like kind of like doing it like kind of casually and kind of fun, and just being like, hey, this guy's gonna go through. like
when it first started out, like I remember watching it on like G4.
Yeah.
Right? And there was those two hosts that were dressed up in like kimonos or whatever, had like crazy fucking hair.
Yeah.
And they were just like making fun of everybody.
Dude, they were like, those guys would always just like get on everybody. And then like it was dude, the commentary was over the top. Every person was over the top, and like, dude, you got to recognize some Japanese people for having some commentary, just being like, oh my god, oh. It's like, you know what, those people that do the fucking like the WWE in their off time, get them going on the American the American Ninja Warrior Challenge, and just be like, instead of this whole idea of being like, oh, I guess she didn't make it, oh, that's so sad, we should give her a round of applause. No, just have the fucking like the Japanese version of it, be like, I don't know, is she gonna make it, oh my god, I don't know. You gotta get that going on that channel, and just be like, yeah, you need that over hype in that game, and just be like, it's like, you didn't capture the essence of this show at all. But dude, like the very first like Ninja Warrior ones, like those things, like when I first started watching them on G4, hilarious. Like you just, oh god, you just got them. It was just like,
oh, well, this isn't such a serious show, I could do that.
Yeah,
I could do that.
And one of the things that like made me like I tried out for one, just one, and it's before they started like filming them. It was weird because it was like there's this dude who was like, what kind of preparation did you take? He's like, oh shit, I had like 2 beers and like a joint before this. And I was just like, fuck this. I was like, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I was like, I'm very athletic, I can go fucking try that. But yeah, that made me try it. I was like, I didn't make it at all. But like, yeah, it was hilarious. Like, just that dude making it through the first round was hilarious. He's like, what got you through this? It was like the beers I had before this. And the dude was like he was obviously a watcher of the show, and like seen, yeah, he just like he's like dude with a full on buzz, like got farther than I did. It's like, fuck. Yeah, exactly.
I should have drank something.
Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, shit. I was like, did I just psych myself out of this? And this fucker drank and did like had absolute confidence through the entire thing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my TV show thing.
Oh god,
good choice.
Wait, so we're going with TV right now?
Yeah, we're on TV.
Oh, dope.
It's your turn.
Okay, so my thing for TV, one of my favorite things for TV is The Last Dance, which covers which is a documentary-esque show about the Bulls' final season in the NBA. Well, not the Bulls. Yeah, the last, the second of his 3-peats, which is weird. It was labeled as The Last Dance, like.
But it's basically a Michael Jordan
No.
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 More about the.
It covers the whole team. Covers the whole team.
Okay.
Literally.
Because I've seen it before. It's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Correct. I've seen it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it there. But yeah.
Yeah, goes like literally like every episode covers all top 10 players in as it should. But one of the things they highlight the most is that nobody could touch Michael Jordan. And that's the weirdest thing. It's like throughout this documentary, it's like the weirdest part about it is that Michael Jordan did not allow this to come to fruition until the beginning of 2020. Well, no, at the end of 2019. He didn't allow it to be fully released until 2020, and he made that decision in 2019, I think. So, obviously they already had all the footage. Like, they're not filming something in the 90s nowadays. So
why not?
But yeah, the entire reasoning behind it, like my reasoning behind bringing this up, is that it's just amazing that like how many people remember that Michael Jordan was like in the time that he was like playing basketball, he was an unstoppable force. Which is crazy to think about. And like even like his first year, his entire like he got signed to a team that didn't give a shit. He got signed to a team that didn't want to play, who was like by the time they were in halftime, if they weren't ahead, they were like, fuck this. We don't need to play anymore. He literally took a team that said, nope, we're done at halftime, to being one of the most profitable teams. Not only being one of the most profitable teams, but also taking this team to a worldwide stage and creating a worldwide phenomenon, to the point that this is now one of the most profitable things you can do in the world, which is be an NBA player. Because the NBA was about to be taken off the fucking circuit. And that's a crazy thing to think about, is that like in his time he turned a maybe sport, which is like if you think about it, it's like it's kind of close to the idea of being like, hey, is this a sport, to being like, no, this is the most profound sport in knowledge right now. That's what he did during his time in the Bulls.
Sure.
And he not only became he not only became like the most underrated player into the most famous player in his 6-year career before he did it again. And that's what makes him a goddamn GOAT. Which is crazy.
Again, I'm not a big fan of basketball. I know a bit about basketball because of people I've known throughout my life.
Yeah.
And they were big people into basketball, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, it's a thing in pop culture that is very important. It's important in pop culture for all this stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I know Michael Jordan. I know Steve Nash. I know. There's another guy named Marcus. He was on the Suns as well. Charles
Barkley.
Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was big.
Yeah, he was on the LA Lakers when he was big.
He was also on the LA Lakers, but he was also on the Suns.
Yeah, he started the Lakers. He went to Miami Heat, then he came back to the Suns. Yeah.
And then I know LeBron James and Tyler. Something. I had his name.
I was about to say Tyler Perry.
I was going to say, like, people are going to hate me for this.
No, like, just the slogan "Be like Mike" is fucking amazing. Like,
There's a movie about it.
I mean, I know I just spoke entirely like super passionate about like Michael Jordan's come up, but I don't think people understand that recognition that he got. Like literally, he took a nothing sport, a sport that didn't mean shit to anybody, and turned it into the most profitable thing in the world.
Sure.
Not only that, he like, okay, so think about it this way. Every country that didn't give a shit about America, that didn't give a shit about anything, literally gave a shit when Michael Jordan was the head of the NBA. And then once the NBA was granted a stage within the Olympics, he dominated everything in the Olympics as well. Which was like literally like 1 year that he was there.
Yeah.
Like even within every Olympian that was there, when he was practicing, he was like, oh shit. Every best player that is in the world that is here right now, the only thing he had to do was decide to be the best. The only thing he had to do to know to win was that he had to decide, oh, I'm going to try this game, and you're going to lose. That's all he had to decide. According to a lot of like people that were covering that shit during that time. Because I was probably like 10 at the time. But like when you hear people when you hear people talk about him, it's like literally like when he was like when they took the NBA to the world stage, the only thing you had to do was tell him he wasn't the best, and then he would prove you wrong on every level.
I mean, how could you not if you were, you know?
Yeah, because no, literally, because like every time somebody like the only thing you had to say, like literally, like there was like a few managers worldwide that were like, hey, what do we do this game? Don't piss off Michael Jordan.
Don't piss off Michael Jordan.
It's like, don't make him want a win. That was like, what's your strategy to win? Don't piss off this guy. Don't try to make this guy want to win.
That's fair. We good to move on?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That like the last dance really like, I don't know if it was like just like overhyped Michael Jordan PR, but like it was such a good like I enjoyed it.
So I'm gonna have a little introduction to this one. Okay, it's not the best introduction. It's not the worst introduction, but growing up, I watched a lot of cartoons, as I'm sure most kids have. You know, as well as adults having kids have seen a lot of cartoons. This cartoon is not designated to a certain sport.
Okay.
But it has sports in it.
Yeah.
That are known worldwide. I used to do one of these sports, not professionally, but just for fun, because like, hell yeah, I can skate.
Yeah.
Do you want to play skateboard? Maybe.
Wait, you can play skateboard?
You want to play skateboard? Anyways, the cartoon I am talking about that I used to watch on TV used to be on Nickelodeon, called Rocket Power.
Oh, goddamn. Weedy, weedy, weedy. Come on.
I always feel like it was such a fucking great show.
Bro.
Like, at some point, like, I was thinking, like, is this in Hawaii? Or is this, like...
Dude, it was an LA thing.
It was in LA? But they had a hurricane in an episode.
But that was a part of the LA thing.
No, but there's no hurricanes in LA.
I mean, they were, like, doing, like, the whole, like, but they also went to, like they did the, what do you call it? They bombed, the thing in, not San Francisco.
Santa Monica?
No, not Santa Monica. No, it was San Francisco. The fucking, the Switchbacks.
No. So they've had references. To
Yeah,
those,
yeah, they have.
but there was never anything stated.
Yeah, they had a lot of references to like being in
But
California.
they've also had a lot of references to them being in Hawaii. They've also had a lot of references to them being into like the East Coast.
You know what, that is fair. That is fair because I like now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, some of those things. How the fuck were they just living in one place, but they were around all these things?
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's no way. Like there was a point where like they went to go out to do.
I remember
they went to go surf, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna do like this really nice wave because of the storm that's coming. Like, and then it's like, oh wait, this is a fucking hurricane.
No. What I remember is that they did a kind of like a crossover episode with the Wild Thornberries where they were in Australia. That was weird. Yeah.
I don't remember that one,
like
but
it was like
the Wild Thornberries. Wild Thornberries. Were
they did like I think it was like a 2-part episode where they literally did like a thing with the Wild Thornberries, and then you like you see that iconic like island that's off the shore of the bay, and where you literally see like tides and everything is like, oh, these are the singing Raymundo. Just like
they took the liberty of like let's take all these places and put them together.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
which is fine with me. Like I didn't understand it as a kid. Why did it matter?
Yeah, you didn't give a shit about it.
And yeah, so, but yeah, fucking rocket power. Just like one of my favorite episodes of rocket power actually was when what's his face did like the most impossible move ever because the fucking tennis ball shot off, hit against the side of the house, came back, and as soon as like he was like trying to do the trick, the tennis ball hit his fucking skateboard, and he was able to do the fucking spin, whatever the fuck. And then the smart guy, I forget what his name was. Sam?
Squid.
Is it Squid? His name is Sam, though, right?
Yeah.
Squid. He had the glasses and he was short and whatnot.
Yeah.
But he, he was.
I just remember Squid.
He was like, "This is not possible. Like, there's no way you could have done this move without help." And then he like figured it out, like what the fuck happened. He's like, "You could do this move again. You just need to like get the right conditions.
Yeah.
Like, get this fucking tennis ball to shoot off again."
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah. Rocket Power. I remember watching Rocket Power. It's like, woogity,
woogity. Oh god, Rocket Power is like one of the greatest cartoons ever. Like, it was like Rocket Power, and then you went into like SpongeBob. SpongeBob like was the thing afterwards. I mean, I obviously remember a few cartoons in between, but like they were short-lived. High School High.
My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Oh,
it had its moments.
It did. It really did.
Danny Phantom.
Ben 10. Ben 10's still a thing.
It's a cartoon.
Yeah,
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, Ben 10's still a thing though.
It is. But yeah, Rocket Power's my last TV thing. What's your last TV thing?
Oh shit. We Are Champions, which is a Netflix special documentary style thing. But the first one, literally, that first episode, crazy about like, just the level of intensity that these people have is wild. It's about a fucking weird sport where you're trying to get like, and this is when they were like, this is a sport that they use to like demonstrate that they were a very wild nation. So the thing they did was, no, this is somewhere in Spain.
Spain?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is a weird sport, and it's like they try to demonstrate how brutal the sport is, which is literally like trying to get a fucking ball across a goal line. Essentially, that's what it is. And they fucking like, if when you see the dudes, they are fucking ripped. These guys do it once every few years, and it's like these guys are fucking jacked. They're huge fuckers that just fucking fuck each other up, that literally like step on the field and be like, I represent this, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then it's like, oh Jesus. It's like when you see that, and it's like, well, I represent this shit, I'm gonna fuck you up too. And then it's like they just battle it out on this field for like an hour, and it's like, holy fuck. The intensity of it is crazy. Because these people are obviously strong by their like, just by their like physical demeanor.
Yeah. And
if they're like coming at each other in this really ridiculous and rough way, without like any kind of like padding or like protection, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like, but like, yeah, but that there, it was a demonstration to like demonstrate to their adversaries that they were willing to fuck themselves up so much that, hey, if we're gonna fight you, you know what, we're gonna be worse on you, because we're not gonna give a shit about your well-being. It's like, if we're willing, yeah, if we're willing this, it's like, if we're willing to do this against our own people, fuck what your people think. And we'll do worse to you. So that was kind of the demonstration. And then now it's just become quite a tradition in this sport, where it's like, hey, demonstrate your nation's pride. And then that's where it becomes like more of a traditional sense of demonstrate your pride for your nation. And
Nation's Pride, isn't that the movie they aimed in Inglourious Bastards?
Wait, what? Nation's Pride? That's the movie? Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, to go off track real quick.
No, that's a real movie. Don't bring that up. No, but no, okay. So within the that documentary, there's also like people who like it's trying to the documentary itself is trying to recognize people who do not traditionally get recognized on a world level for their accomplishments, which is kind of like the yo-yo people, the fucking people who do the cheese roll.
Cheese roll?
Yeah. The cheese roll is like apparently it's kind of like a Swiss thing where you like roll.
It sounds like a Swiss thing.
Yeah. So
I mean,
where you roll, like you get a cheese wheel, and then you roll it down the hill, and you need like the person who wins something, I guess. But I honestly never watched it. But like you roll a cheese wheel down. Like I understand this much about it, is that you roll the cheese wheel down the hill, and whoever catches that cheese wheel wins. But this thing is a fucking summit. And this fucking cheese wheel is going down the hill at a goddamn faster pace than these people are, and these people can't catch up. And even so much so that if you fuck up one step, you are rolling down the rest of this fucking hill uncontrollably. Yeah, like
I feel like people have waivers for this.
I'm pretty sure they do. And then I think of this documentary also covers like stuff like the fucking the bull run. I obviously already said a yo-yo competition and like other weird shit.
I mean, you didn't mention the yo-yo competition, but
the entire series, like literally, like it recognizes people who don't traditionally get recognized.
Again, what is the series called?
We Are Champions.
We Are Champions, and what is it displayed on?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you're interested in that, hell yeah, I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
I might check that shit out.
Like if you don't, like, just check out the first one, because the first one's amazing.
But let's move on, because holy shit, we're about to get into an hour in.
Yeah.
And we're not halfway through our shit.
I mean, the rest of it's kind of quick for me.
So you ever watch? You don't watch slice of life stuff.
Nah, not really.
But I've mentioned this a couple times on this show. High School Rumble.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember this. Like, you need to watch, even if you don't like slice of life. High School Rumble is that type of anime. It's like a mix between the slice of life and being like the anime that most people watch. You know.
That's my recommendation. Like, my recommendation to you in that same category is Bentu.
Bentu?
Yeah.
I might watch that, but
it's only 12 episodes. It's 12 20-minute episodes.
Sure, but
you could do it in a day.
High School Rumble's a little longer than that.
Okay.
I don't think it gets into the sports festival until like the third season. But
okay.
There's a sports festival, obviously, because that's what we're talking about, sports.
Yeah.
And there's that whole thing where, because I've seen this a couple times, even on My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Where there's the whole horse Trojan thing, like there's 3 people, and then there's one person on top, right? And you got to grab the flag.
Okay.
You know. Which
Yeah.
is basically what they did in My Hero Academia, but.
Yeah, for one of their studies.
But they also did it in the sports festival, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. And
yeah, but that's when like the villain or the League of Villains came, right?
No. This is when they were doing I think it was like the beginning of the second season, middle of the second season of My Hero Academia. Doesn't matter. We're not talking about My Hero Academia. We're talking about High School Rumble.
Okay.
But you know they have sports festivals and they have so many different like categories, like the 1,000-meter dash. Actually, like save some things in terms of like what they were looking up. So there's the relay race team, guys/girls. There's also the 1,000-meter, 100-meter dash teams. And that's just the new girl, which we don't need to talk about, but I would love to talk about at all times. But yeah, there's just like this whole thing where like all these classes, these certain classes, like you're a part of like class A1 or whatever the fuck. I don't know how that works in Japan or at all. But, but it's obviously a thing because I've seen it multiple times in multiple animes. There's like class 1A, class 1B, class 1C, class 2A, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
You know? And all these classes are going against each other in terms of sports.
Yeah.
In the sports festival, whoever gets numero uno is the best class out of the teams. And I think that's pretty fun. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Competing for status.
Yeah. Competing for status. I think that's pretty cool.
It's essentially what it is.
But yeah, High School Rumble. If I haven't stated enough, and if I haven't talked about it enough, let me know. Go watch High School Rumble because it's more than you think it is.
To be honest, I think they really do that in schooling, because like when I was like in 5th grade / 6th grade, they did do like testing to be like, hey, how well's your reading? How well's your mathematics? And they like literally by the time I got into 6th grade, I was like testing out of things. Like
real quick, you know what I thought was really impressive when I was in 8th grade? I could easily do 15 pull-ups, right?
Yeah.
My math teacher, who was pushing 60.
Yeah.
His name was Mr. Senojini. He could do 10 pull-ups.
Okay.
And at this time in my life, I don't know if I can even fucking do 10 pull-ups. You know?
Yeah.
And he was easily pushing.
That dude was a beast.
He said, this guy's fucking killing it. Like back then, as I was killing, like, yeah, you could do 10 pull-ups, what the fuck ever. You know?
Yeah.
But like right now, I'm just like, I think back on it, like not a lot, but like every now and then, I'm like, fucking Mr. Synergy, dude. Killing it. He was killing it. Doing 10 pull-ups. That
You know,
age.
you know what's wild? Like, I've never felt pull-ups. That's the weird thing about me. Like, I could just keep doing them when I was in like grade school.
Yeah.
All the way, like, and this might be because I was like a really, really light person at the time, because I was a cross-country runner for most of my life. Like, literally, I started cross country when I was in first grade, which is literally a grade before you're allowed to. But I started running cross country, which is 8 miles plus like every meet.
Yeah.
So obviously you're running like enough to compete on that level a day for preparation. But like literally, like I used to be able to, like, when people were like, how many pull-ups can you do? I was like, a lot. They're like, what do you mean a lot? I was like, I don't know, I've never really counted, but like I just kept doing them. And like as a kid I was always like I was like, you know what? And I was like, and literally they became that kind of problem where I was like, you count, because I'm not going to. This is bullshit. It's like, you got me working, you count. And it became like, oh yeah, like obviously I could do over 20 very easily. And I was just like, fuck this, up until the point that I couldn't say fuck this.
Yeah.
Because when I got into football, I was like, I could probably do like 15 or like 15 to 12 perfectly.
Yeah. And just like fucking out of nowhere, we were out there and he was watching us at that time in junior high, and he was like, oh, how many pull-ups can you do? I'm like, I can do about like 16 to like 18, and I did them. He's like, cool, I can do 10. He's like, so?
I was like, all right, where do we go from here?
Looking back, you know, he was fucking beast. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know?
Yeah.
And
to be honest, I didn't realize how much like your own body weight fucking mattered when that happened. Because now I have a lot of body weight, and I'm like, oh fuck, this kind of sucks. And like I kind of like, I used to look at like fucking like football players when I was a cross country person, when I was a cross country runner, and I was doing like a shit, like I was just literally just like pulling myself up because I didn't weigh shit. like if I truly weighed myself, 40% of my body weight was my arms. So literally I was only like if I was using my back muscles, I was probably only lifting like 45% of my body weight. If you look at people nowadays, their body weight, nope, they're fucking heavy. You're lifting like, you're lifting like at least, you're lifting like 70 to 65% of your body weight.
fucking fatty.
No. It's not just that. Like, even if you were the leanest person, like you're still lifting like 65 to 70% of your body weight at that time, because when you're like kind of a little kid, you're like only lifting like 40 to 45% of your body weight.
But yeah, so High School Rumble, watch it all the way through, even though it doesn't even have an ending. It's still very much worth it. Your turn. Anime.
The only real one I got is Initial D.
Initial D.
Yeah.
That to me.
Initial D is about a kid who is, well, it's about a tofu driver. like his dad runs, well, his dad's the one who taught him how to drive, and his dad is a very good driver. He's one of the best drivers in the world. he's a damn good driver. But at the same time, Initial D, like Takumi, he takes the family service vehicle out. He starts delivering his tofu, and then he runs into the street racers, and then he's like, I can do this faster than you. And he's like, he runs into these street racers. But this is the point of this. is that these street racers aren't just street racers, they are drifting people. The drifting culture in itself, very intensive on the athletic side of it. So that's why I consider this thing a whole sports movie. Well, a sports movement, is because drifting, hard as fuck, to be honest. And Takumi is one of those people who is a literal underdog to every vehicle in production.
Well, that he's driving these, yeah.
Yeah, and it literally becomes a cultural icon. So much so that even nowadays, you have Toyota, Subaru, and Scion mimicking the very car that originated from that series.
Huh.
30 years ago.
Very interesting.
Yeah, you got the Toyota 86, the Scion FRS, and the fucking Subaru BRZ mimicking this one car. The very one car that defeated every fucking buddy. It was just like, oh god, such a great car. Like the fucking, if you just had me and my friend, we used to literally play the game that from Japan. We imported this game from Japan when we were in high school, and we couldn't read shit about it. It literally took us a whole week just to learn how to play the start menu and to get into a game. Because there was no internet. We had to try to learn Japanese symbols, and then we were like, what the fuck is this? It was literally weird, because it was literally...
What is the show called again?
Initial D.
Initial D. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Definitely heard of it.
And it was pretty funny because we ordered a gold PlayStation 2 for this. Just to play this thing. Yeah.
Huh.
Direct from Japan. We ordered a gold PlayStation 2, and then we were like, okay, so... Because it was only $20 more than the original PlayStation 2, and if we were going to pay that much shipping, we're not getting the shitty regular PlayStation 2. Well, we're getting the fucking gold one.
$20 more.
Yeah.
Then it was $50 more here currently nowadays.
Yeah, and also exchange rate, it was probably $100 more for them, and then we were paying $20 more.
Yeah, so
obviously the exchange rate / pricing exchange rate / inflation rate was very skewed at that time because the internet wasn't a very big thing back then.
Sure.
But the gold PlayStation 2 was crazy expensive in Japan. We ordered one because it wasn't that expensive in America to have one shipped here. Obviously, we paid full price for it, and we were able to play Japanese games on that PlayStation 2. So,
cool.
Yeah. And Initial D was one of those things, and it kind of brought up that whole meme where oh yeah, stickers, that's 5 horsepower. He's like, you have stickers, you have decals on your car, 5 horsepower. It's that has nothing to do with the engine. Know what? No, every sticker you have on your car, 5 horsepower. And it was just funny because you ended the game wanted you to deck out your car, so it was oh yeah, put all these stickers on your car, 5 horsepower each. It's how the fuck does that have anything to do with the engine?
Why does that matter?
Yeah, it's none of these stickers
actually
touch the. Yeah, it's none of these stickers touch the engine. why is that 5 horsepower? It was very controversial back then. It's very controversial right now. But like it was such a and it's literally where one of the memes started, like stickers on your car, 5 horsepower.
You want to move on to games?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, cool. I mean, I had another one for anime, but like, it's not very much a sport at all. It's fine.
I don't have anything else for anime.
Games. NFL Madden. I used to play fucking a whole bunch of...
The original Maddens on like the 64 and Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've also played the ones that came out first on Xbox.
Okay.
And those were pretty fun. And I remember like going to my friend's house, Austin's place, who's actually like one of my number one fans in music. And I didn't feel like he didn't like me at all back then. Anyways, that doesn't matter. I remember going to his place and all of us playing like, because it was on the Xbox, obviously it was 4-player, and we're like, okay, cool. We're playing 2v2 on a fucking football game. And it was just crazy because like they were so much better than that at it than I was, and obviously like they actually played those sports because I didn't. I tried once and I was just like,
were you good at the game?
no. I mean, I was already
like the video game.
I was good at calling the terms of like what gameplay we should play.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was just like whether or not my teammates could like pull off that play.
Fair enough.
But you know, like,
yeah, part of the thing that sucked was like back then, like the person saw what you were picking.
mm-hmm.
Like they saw what play you were gonna run, and then like you're
yeah,
like,
it's like split screen, and
yeah,
it's like, well,
like literally, if you could see what your opponent picking is like, oh yeah, I know how to counter that.
I'm doing a Hail Mary. It's like, well, this is the play for that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
exactly. That's one of the hard things about like.
I don't know. I just remember playing a lot of football games early into the games, and then after that, like I very much like went into like the RPGs, MMOs, whatnot. But yeah, that's one of the games I have.
Did you ever play any of the WWE ones or the WWF ones? Like the fucking.
I once played like the backyard wrestling. I believe that was like when I was in 6th grade. It was like the backyard wrestling WWE type of thing, and then we actually attempted to play that
in real life.
in real life.
Everybody did.
Yeah. That was a mistake.
Bro. But those WWE games were like some of the best like hashtag sports games that there was. Like the fucking dude, just like anytime you like perform like a special, it's like you see like, in the background everybody like taking pictures and shit, just like bam. It's like, oh shit. Like I remember like Sting's going for this. It's like the Stockholm Center. God, you had so many things during those games. It was so great.
All the things,
bro. And then when you had to create your own character, and you could just give him the most ridiculous face and the most ridiculous intro, and oh my god, you just see your own character coming down, and he's just like a clown.
yeah, man.
But that shit was so fun.
Yeah, man.
Because you could literally create your own character on that in those games were hilarious. Because you could literally like,
yeah, that definitely brings up back to the point like, oh, when you see like your custom character and like what do you call it, a cutscene.
Yeah.
And it's just like this guy like in like dark makeup and everything, and everybody else is looking like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Hell yeah.
Especially like dude, those wrestling games were amazing back in the day.
What do you have down for games?
All right, so the fuck do I have down for games? You already said Madden. Top Gear, actually.
Top Gear?
Yeah, Top Gear was the shit. I love Top Gear.
Yeah.
You remember the game? Okay, so this is, I don't think you remember the Top Gear I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one where we played in the bar.
Room?
Yeah, in the green room. Remember when I was like and it was like good old like 16-bit style game that literally like oh god. Thing was amazing. It went like that franchise was so good. It went all the way up into the Nintendo 64 to the point where I was like, all right, we gotta stop because this is getting a little ridiculous.
So I'm pretty sure Top Gear is still part of Forza.
It might be because like that, like Top Gear was such a big franchise that they literally had to like stop their own game and then become a part of a lot of other people's thing.
Yeah, because I remember it was a TV show also.
I think the game developed off like was like kind of the game development portion of the TV show.
Yeah, so it was also a game really early on. It was also a TV show later on, but it was also a part of Forza Motorsports.
Okay.
When it was a thing like Forza Motorsports 2 and up.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing Forza and I was like, yeah. And it was like, oh, this is Top Gear type stuff. I'm like, alright, cool. And I was playing it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember playing Forza when it first came out, and the Lotus Elise was like the best car to run, mainly like because of suspension, and it was just it was sad to see that because like there were so many better cars out there. Like an Elise is not a great car at all. It's a mid-range engine. Like it's a mid-range car, but it doesn't outcompete an Enzo Ferrari or anything really.
Well, I feel like later on in the games they actually
they tuned
cars between like the C class, the B class, A class, S class.
Well, no, they like in Forza, like the original Forza, they still had like the car simulator ranking for them, and this. A Lotus Elise is not an S-Class vehicle at all. Mm-hmm. It's a mid-range A car. And that's the thing. Is like a mid-range A car is literally the best vehicle in this game.
I mean, currently I would vote that the same now, actually. Because, like, it's got the best... Never mind. Forget about it. It doesn't matter. I don't know enough about cars to argue about this.
I know a little bit about cars. But what I know now is that there is the new Forza has the fucking unicorn in it, and the unicorn fucking wrecks everything just like it does in real life, which is amazing. The goddamn unicorn.
I need to use the restroom, so we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
You Ryan, do the thing.
Yeah, do that thing.
It's break time. Play again. So we're back.
Yeah, and so I gotta mention this.
Okay.
The one of the most coordinated things I've ever done in my life.
Okay.
Which is take off my pants. Well, no. Unbuckle my pants. Take a leak. Flush the toilet. Wash my hands. With one hand. Not only with one hand, while eating a pizza. One of the most athletic things I've ever done in my life. Yeah. and just be like, oh my god. Yeah, because I did all of this while eating a pizza and intoxicated. Who in their right mind does that? I mean, and I'm saying right mind. Just kidding. I mean, all of you left-minded people. I'm just kidding.
We're getting on the music, which actually we have some music for. You know?
Yeah. Go ahead and go, because I only got one.
You only got one?
Yeah, I only got one.
Oh, but you have one.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, yeah, one.
The one I have two.
Fair
What
enough.
I have is Eye of the Tiger, that was demonstrated in Rocky 3. Was that 3?
I
It was
mean,
3, right?
yeah, 3 on.
Or was it 4? It was the one where he was going.
I mean,
against the Russians.
it was introduced into 3, and then they kept using it throughout all the movies.
Sure, but as
I am Tiger, it's the theme of the fight.
Winston Bishop from New Girl most brilliantly said it. The song is so cool, it ended the Cold War.
And that's the best way to describe it. It's the theme of the fight.
And, it's such a song to put yourself up to.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is just like.
Yeah. You're like, yeah. It gets you. Like, how do you not get into that?
Right now, let's go do something.
It's like, stop teasing me. We going after it already.
So, we're not lifting the weights right now, or are we?
Bro, the beginning of that montage, though. Oh, God.
Eye of the Tiger. Top notch.
Eye of the Tiger. Yeah.
If not the best.
It's getting you there. It is getting you there.
And it's not stopping.
I do got to ask you about one thing, though.
Yeah.
What the hell are these beers?
I told you, I'm giving you a gluten-free.
I mean, but you didn't tell me what it was.
It's a sorghum beer by Red Bridge. Apparently.
It's a yeah.
Obviously, last week we talked about me having gluten-free beers for
Gluten-free people, yeah, I get it.
And these are left over, and these are all we have left to drink because we drink all of the drinking horn.
Yeah. It's no longer drinking horn, it's drunken horn.
And it's drunken horn. But yeah, what's the song do you have, Dan?
Oh, We Will Rock You by Queen. It's like that whole. Oh. Boom, boom. Yeah. Oh, God. Good way to get.
That gets you going.
Yeah,
you know?
It'll get you there. Like that. It's a good fight song. It's like. I'm pretty sure, like.
I'm pretty sure it's
I'm pretty sure.
All circles of sports.
Yeah, like all circles of sports, it's a good call to battle sign. It's like.
Let's go. Let's get it.
It's like if you want to get a team in unison, and if you want to get them going. It's like, God damn it. That's getting some people going.
How's that not pumping you up? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I know one of the first times I heard that song, I was after it. God.
So I remember one of the first times I heard this song. It was also accompanied with another Queen song, which is my second song. We Are the Champions.
Oh, God, that's got to follow it. That's always going to follow it. That's always going to follow it.
I remember watching, was it the Mighty Ducks or was it the Mighty Ducks 2?
Mighty Ducks 3 as well.
They always be like, we are the champions.
No, like that's when they're like fucking skating around the ring in the goddamn World Series, and they're like, we are the champions. and like, yeah, that's when they're like at the Russians, my friends. It's like, god damn it, get on him. It's like, you lost. I'm gonna call you my friend, but you know what? I still won. We the winners.
I mean, fuck, dude.
Oh god. That song's got some implications to it.
And, fuck, dude.
It's there. It is there. Good times.
Good times. Just because he didn't mention it, but he said he was going to mention it, but he didn't.
Yeah.
It was also
Space Jam.
We talked about this earlier.
We talked about the Space Jam checks that we were supposed to talk about. I didn't want to bring it up because you know,
he said he had it on his list. But there's a specific Space Jam fucking song.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Space Jam, Space Jam, Space Jam. You know?
Everybody get up.
Like,
Welcome to the Space Jam.
Not from the Space Jam, like whole music genre, and it's just like I'm a little offended.
It's like,
put that down. And he's like, no, let me get that. All right, I'll let you get that. I specifically didn't mention it when we were talking about Space Jam within the movies because I wanted to be like, oh, there's Flying Like an Eagle.
yeah, dude, Fly Like an Eagle. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
there's the whole deal like pump up the jam, pump it up. And it's just like, yeah, that's a good one too.
Total Bob, dude. Space Jam, Space Jam check.
The album is a fucking bop.
Yeah,
But he like
Space Jam check.
I was like,
all
bop.
bop.
Like I wasn't gonna miss the Space Jam because he was gonna mention it. He's like, oh,
Nah.
I got my last one.
No, you got it. You got
He's
it.
like, you didn't even fucking mention it.
I didn't. Like, I felt bad. I wanted you to mention it. You mentioned it. Like, it's a bop. Like, I'm not gonna deny that that album had bops on it. You pointed them out. You should be.
We are where we are. We mentioned what we wanted to mention.
It's like, come on, dance. Here's your chance. We're in space. Come on, man. That's some good shit.
But we are where we are, and currently we are in the nightcap.
Yeah. We really are. This thing's actually kind of amazing. This
not bad.
Yeah. I like it.
For it being gluten free.
Glutton free.
Gluten free.
Yeah. It's glutton free.
It's pretty decent. Something I could sip on.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those weaker bloodline beers.
I don't even know how Where are the IBUs? So it's 4%.
I mean, I'm pretty sure most like labels don't have an IBU rating on it.
Really?
Yeah, because most, like, I only think that's for like literally like, for bars. Like, nobody's ever gonna print like an IBU rating on their own beer.
I've seen IBUs on beers.
Really?
Yeah. Many times.
Fair enough, I guess. I mean, but those aren't good beers though. Like, if you like, no, like think about it. If you got like a decent beer and it's like still got a strong IBU rating on it, you're still gonna drink that shit because, like, you know what, you know what you're buying into.
I've got an idea for next week's podcast.
Yeah.
If you're okay with me mentioning it on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
80s. I feel like we go 80s, 90s, and 2000s for the next three.
What, the ladies' 80s night? That's good.
I'm like, that's the thing, right?
Yeah, it is a thing.
It has everything in there. It's got movies, TV, anime, games, and music.
Fair enough. That
90s as well.
Yeah.
As well as the 2000s.
Yeah.
And then we could go to 2010s.
then we can bring it all the way to today's date.
Today, yeah.
Oh my god.
The next 4 episodes.
Fucking A. I'm gonna have to start watching different animes now. Because, you know what? Let's do this. Because, like, the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. I got stuff for this. Like, all the way up until 2020. Yeah, I got stuff for this.
but it gives us 4 months to catch up to 2020.
Yeah, it gives us a whole month to catch up to 2020. Yeah, that's some good shit.
That's fair?
Yeah.
That's fair?
I like it.
I like it.
But that's been the nightcap. It's also been the dink it, because I don't even think we do dink with Mike anymore. Because
who the fuck is Mike?
Yeah, who the fuck is Mike? Fuck that guy. Yeah, the guy's an asshole.
What was your favorite drink of the night?
To be honest, the root beer.
Root beer?
Root beer.
Yeah,
I love the way they named it though. Like if you you can slow that down and say it perfectly.
beer.
Root beer.
There's the whole thing there.
Yeah. If you like try to shorten that enunciation, it's root beer.
Uh-huh. Obviously, mead is always made with
yeah.
And it's root bee, which is like fuzzy
a bee
that flies around.
Yeah, the insect.
And then root bee but they make it taste like root beer
because you legally cannot call it root beer because that's a trademark thing, and we're not saying it's root beer at all ever. Don't fucking come after them because they're fucking. They got this. It's not root beer, but it is mead.
But it is,
and it is delicious.
But my favorite drink of the night has to be. What was the thing I was saying? Was like, oh, this tastes like the motherfucking shit you want to taste in the middle of a fucking room because it's like dried fruits and shit.
The potpourri.
That's not what's called.
Potpourri.
Potpourri. Like, this is exactly what you would say. You'd smell potpourri and you're like, yeah, let me put one of these in my fucking mouth. And you're like, holy fuck, that's so bitter as fuck. You know, like, because I'm sure you've done it. But they have a drink that tastes like what you think would potpourri would taste like. And that's my drink of the night because it's what stood out to me.
No, the funniest thing that I know is that there's like I don't know, it was like a fucking dumb thing from like the 90s where like the guy was like, this stuff's amazing, this fucking potpourri is amazing. He's like and he's just like eating it. He's like, this potpourri is amazing. It's like, stop it. Don't do that.
Stop eating.
Stop eating that. They're like, what is that? It's potpourri.
Potpourri. And this has been last.
Yeah.
This has been the nightcap.
This has been the nightcap.
Not the last call because that's a Bros and Brews thing.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked out Brews and Brews yet, they have over 100 episodes. I'm in a couple of them, and they're fucking dope.
Yeah, I'm in one of them.
Go
maybe even 2. I don't even know.
Go check those out. But also, we hope you have a great week/weekend because these come out on Fridays.
Yeah. Enjoy your time out there. Have fun. Just
be safe.
make sure to like be responsible.
Yeah, be safe, be responsible, don't die.
Have a great night.
Good morning.
It's not morning.